In 2007, we set out on a journey to bring clean water to one community in Kenya, never dreaming of where that one project would take us. While access to clean water was an urgent need, we would quickly learn that it was not enough.
I need clean water.
I need school fees.
I need the source of income for my family.
We've partnered with 3 communities to help create sustainable life change. We've worked hard to build relationships with local leaders, and together we've created a 3-part development strategy. It's our goal to provide basic needs, education, and sustainable income in each of our partner communities. There is no one-size-fits-all solution for eradicating poverty, and the way out is a long, slow journey, a journey built on trust, relationships, and the belief that those in the community best know how to create sustainable life change in their region. Addis Ababa is a bustling city where poor and rich live shoulder to shoulder. Many families have migrated from rural communities in search of a job and a better life, only to find themselves worse off than before, living in makeshift shanties next to highways and high-rises.
My name is Shito. I raise my children moving from door to door, looking for jobs and food. Bringing up my children has been very difficult. Sometimes they would get food to eat, other times they wouldn't.
When we first met Shito and Winshet, they were living in a metal shack in a very unsafe area. Shito couldn't get a better job because she had to take care of her kids, and she couldn't afford to send Winshet to school. We joined Pastor McBib Desta. He and his church were already waging a fight against poverty in Shito's community.
As a church, we have a vision to serve our community, a holistic ministry, and we were struggling to support needy people, to send especially their kids to school, and community came and support us with this vision, and we are able to send kids to school. The only way to come out from poverty is education.
I'm raising my children because of community support and with the help of my community.
Here in Addis, we have begun a child sponsorship program. We are sponsoring children at the start of their education, allowing them the chance to go to school and learn foundational basics, giving them and their families a better chance of success.
In Ethiopia, if they didn't get education opportunity, they may end up on the streets. And if they get opportunity, they will be successful and their life will be changed. They will not repeat the life which their parents are living. And they can make a difference.
Because Winshet is going to school, Shito can spend her days working to provide for her family. She is thankful to know her child is safe in school and receiving an education that will provide opportunities for a better future.
Supporting Winshet means you are supporting me, and I am so thankful for that. It is because of your support that my children are able to go to school and get an education. I will tell my children when they grow up what you've done for them.
Pokot is our most remote partner community. Located in the northwestern part of Kenya, the land is dry and access to resources is limited and unreliable. In this region, oppression of women and girls is strong and deeply rooted in cultural traditions. Fathers see their daughters as a financial burden to the family, and girls as young as 11 or 12 are sold off as a wife to an older man for a dowry of 1 beer or 1 goat. Families rarely see value in educating girls, yet education is one way a community like Pokot can be transformed. Duncan Sakimpa is Community's project coordinator in Kenya. He is a veteran of development work and a man staunchly devoted to creating sustainable life change in Kenyan communities.
Any society that practices any form of gender violence or gender-based violence or discriminate girls, you find that there is always a tilt in terms of development because they are not fully participating in development of their communities.
In our Pokot culture, they don't like the girl child to be educated. They just like to be married and to bring cows in the community.
But Christy's parents had seen examples of what education for girls can bring to their family and their community. They decided not to marry Christy off. Their desire was to send her to school, but paying school fees was nearly impossible.
Before I got the sponsorship, my life was difficult because of school fees.
In Kenya, education is subsidized by the government through 8th grade, so our sponsorship program supports high school girls. In Pokot, we sponsor girls at 2 schools, St. Anne's and Alale Girls' School. These girls are bright and beautiful. They want a safe place to be, they want to learn, and they want opportunities that only an education will bring.
Girls will not be able to fully participate in the development matters of their society. You would find that a woman who has got access to education will probably look for the best health care for her kids, will definitely be able to do some kind of family planning, and you'd find that the health of her family will be better than that of that woman who has not gone to school. So there's the girls who get married off at the tender age probably would get married off to a polygamous kind of arrangement of marriage, and girls will end up getting 10, 12, 9 kids, and a cycle of poverty continues within the Nilotic communities.
I teach also my community to have that heart of giving girl child to school. I would like to tell the community, thank you for the support that you have supported us.
In addition to educating the girls of Pokot, we've provided each school with a greenhouse to grow their own vegetables. A greenhouse allows them to produce 4 to 5 times the crops they produce with traditional farming methods.
In Pokot, the climatic conditions are so hot and it makes it difficult to grow crops throughout the year in such hot conditions. But with the greenhouse donated to the school by the community group, the school is able to grow tomatoes and vegetables, which will be difficult.
Nathan teaches agriculture at Alale Girls' School. Prior to the greenhouse project, he used pictures and theory notes when teaching about crop production, never knowing whether his students would be learning enough to apply his lessons.
This greenhouse serves as a teaching tool and aid to our agriculture students who are able to learn firsthand how to grow crops in a controlled environment and to see how drip irrigation can be used in the growing of crops.
Today we are talking about food security.
The students now have a skill set that is unique in their community, and both schools are producing their own fresh vegetables. They consume part and sell the excess at the local market to help bring sustainable income to the schools. St. Anne's and Alale have become leading examples of the development that is possible in Pokot.
Thank you, community, for enabling us to get fresh vegetables and paying school fees for our girls. Thank you.
In 2007, community set foot in Kajiado. It was the first community we partnered with. And while we have implemented phases of our development strategy in Pokot and Addis Ababa, here is where we have implemented all 3 parts. Here is where we have seen the greatest life change. When we first started working in Kajiado, everything was brown and dusty. In 2009, after the first borehole was dug, there was green life. It was a beautiful change and also a vivid reflection of what the water was giving to the people.
In the rural Kenya, only 5 to 10% of societies or communities get access to clean water. In return, most of the societies suffer from the diarrheal disease burden. Most of the people who are affected are children, and thus we have a high infant mortality. Community has partnered with such societies in the rural Pokot and Kajiado counties to provide them with clean water in a bid to reverse the trends.
While there are many benefits to a clean local water supply, the most important is the positive impact on the community's health. Kajiado is also the place where our child sponsorship program began. What was once a place where girls' education held little value, now the community is excited to see their young girls growing up with an education.
Please God, my name is Dorcas Tuko, and I want to become an engineer.
I would like to be a doctor, and in future I would like to be an air hostess.
In future, I aspire to be a lawyer.
I want to be a pediatrician in future.
When I got the community scholarship, I was very excited about it. That day, the whole family was there. Everybody was excited. Mommy broke into tears because she was happy to see me getting back to school. Once in school, I knew I could be the agent of change to my family, to my society, to my community, and to the other Maasai girls. So during my schooling, I ever took education as a tool to change the community around me.
And the future of our community now lies with you.
We are seeing girls attend university and looking forward to a successful career while inspiring other young girls to do the same. We've implemented multiple sustainability programs here to give different segments of the community the chance to provide for themselves. The drip irrigation project supports community members in need. The cattle co-op brings an income to the men, and the bead project provides an income for the women in the community.
The Maasai rural folk women, who are very good in doing beadwork, have also had market linkages through community. This has really boosted their household income, and the women now are able to respond to small needs within their household. This has created good sustainability.
My name is Elizabeth Shaw. I am the wife to the local AIC church pastor, and I am a resident of the Nkusuron community, and I am from the native tribe of the Maasai. As a native Maasai woman, together with other women, we have a special skill of bead making.
For the Maasai women, a source of income is more than just a job. It is a platform on which the entire community can be transformed.
Once I get access to the market through community, I will be able to contribute to the running of the family activities, like paying school fees for my children and even buying food from the beads income. Just like many African setups, the livestock belongs to the men, and we have no control over them. But our beadwork business is ours, and a major livelihood as women.
This added source of income brings with it an unprecedented level of equality for the women. An economically empowered woman has a voice in her family and her community.
Unlike other development agencies that create dependency on the communities that benefit from their project, communities' approach is unique in that it aims at creating sustainability and unlocking the potentials of these societies, ultimately creating a sustainable income base and livelihood. And in the long run, we have a sustainable and independent society.
Life in all three communities is very different than it was when we first met. Brown dust is turned to green vegetation, tattered clothes are now school uniforms, and our partners aren't looking to have their needs met. They have the skills and tools to do so themselves. Shito, Christy, and Elizabeth are just 3 stories within their communities. And while we celebrate the success we have seen in their lives, we also carry the burden of the many who have not yet been given the same opportunities. We know our strategy works. We know that sustainable change is possible, and we are committed to expanding our programs to give more people in East Africa the opportunity to be self-sufficient.
Thank you, community.
I really say thank you, God bless you.
Thank you so much, community.
And we would like to say thank you very much for community team.
Thank you very much. My life is now totally changed.